about my own teenage years, high school. High school is when, the only job of a teen really is to find their place in the social world of high school. And so I spent most of my high school years figuring out what my place was in that social world of high school. Our society in high school was centered around football. I'm from Western Pennsylvania, Danny Marino country. And so if you could not find a role for yourself in some way related to football, you were really deemed sort of invisible. And so the first order of business when you become a freshman is to find your place around the orbit of football. So of course, I'm a girl, so I couldn't play football. Not that if I were a guy, I could play football because I really don't have the athletic skills. So the first requisite is that you have to be an athlete. So I'm not that. So the next choice is cheerleading. Okay, so I'll try cheerleading. So I try out year after year, and I don't get it year after year. So, okay, that leaves drill team. Those are the girls with the big flags. How cool would that be? And the guns, you have to flip the gun. I didn't make that squad either. So I roamed around the halls pretty much invisible until finally my senior year, they formed a photography club. So I joined. And that same year, I joined the high school newspaper. And I think those were two of the best decisions I ever made in high school. Because what it did was get me into the orbit of football. How, you might ask? Now I have a camera. Now I am the staff newspaper photographer. And now I get to stand on the sidelines of the football field with my camera and make stars of all these guys that I'm standing here next to. So all these guys who I always sort of, these are like jocks and they're handsome and they're ones you dream of, and now I'm standing there. I'm standing there with them, and you know what? I'm taking their picture. They like that. So all of a sudden, I'm not so invisible anymore, but I maintain a little bit of my invisibility just so I can move through the pack. And I got some pretty good pictures, but this one night, it was a championship game against our big rival Leechburg. And I was standing there, and there was what happened was there was a fumble. So our opponent fumbled the ball. And Mark Carson, who was the most handsome, tall, beautiful boy on the football team, he recovers the fumble, and he takes it and starts running for the goal line. I have my camera ready, and I happen to shoot the picture, click the shutter just at the moment that he's leaping over his tackler. So he is mid-air, holding the ball, like the yearbook picture, only I did it. And so as soon as I took the picture, I thought, oh, I think I have it. I think I have the picture. So the next day I went to the dark room and I made it, and sure enough, this was a really great picture. And I went to the advisor of the newspaper and said, look at this. He said, oh, we got to put that in the front page. So my picture got on the front page of the newspaper. Thank you very much. But wait, there's more. So, of course, this is Mark Carson we're talking about. Yes, if you recognize that name, his uncle is like a coach for the Steelers. It's that Carson family, right? So I, of course, made a few extra copies, and I gave a few to Mark Carson. Oh, thanks. And he walks away. Okay. Nevertheless, my spirit was not dampened. I felt like that was really like my big shining accomplishment in high school. It's pretty pitiful now, but it was really a big deal. And somebody appreciates it. So let me fast forward 15 years, the 15-year high school reunion. You know, you're always in for a little surprise at the reunions. So I'm there, and I'm feeling really good, because, hey, I have found my place in society, and it is not with the football team, and it is not in high school, and thank God for that. So across the room, there's Mark Carson. He sees me. You, he said, you took that picture. I was like, yeah. That's my favorite picture, he said. I still have it. And he said, my parents had it. It's framed this big on their mantelpiece. It's still there. So I feel like, I not only found my place in high school in that last year, that senior year, but even in that, I didn't realize at the time what that picture meant to somebody else. I just thought it meant something to me. But I realized it really meant something to the guy I took the picture of, and it was a very satisfying evening, so.